Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to another show, Jim Hall, You Ought to Know. And you remember the Apple Valley Inn, the pride of Apple Valley, the house on the top of the hill and all that. Well, we're actually at the grounds where the Apple Valley Inn used to sit. And if you don't know what the Apple Valley Inn was, you need to look up a little Victor Valley history. There's a little key for you. We did a show on the Victor Valley history and the history of the Victor Valley by Dr. Leo Lyman. And it included the great moments here at the Apple Valley Inn. Well, today we're here because of this right here. The PAL Humane Society. And we're going to talk to the people about PAL. You're going to see some of the animals and your chance to adopt right here from the PAL Humane Society. And like with every show, why are we here? Simply because you ought to know. Stay with us, everybody. Great show coming up from the old Apple Valley Inn. Welcome back, everybody. Jim Hall, You Ought to Know. And as I mentioned, we're at the historic Apple Valley Inn, but no, we're not renting a room tonight, so to speak, but certainly some people have here because the cabanas here, what used to be the rooms at the old historic Apple Valley Inn, can be rented out by different businesses. And one of the businesses here, we're all familiar with the PAL Humane Society and what happens here. And Mary, Cindy, let's introduce you first.
I'm Cindy.
And you've been here how long?
I've been here about a year.
And Mary?
My name is Mary. I've been here for 7 years.
7 years. Mm-hmm. All right. So the building is the PAL. It's PAL Humane Society.
Yes.
And that PAL has has initials that stands for something too, right?
PAL stands for Protect Animal Life. We're all about. We have an adoption program where we rehome into permanent, loving families, and we've taken in abused dogs, abandoned animals, cats, and owner relinquishments, people that just can't keep them anymore.
Well, I would imagine with the economy being what it is, you guys are seeing a big influx in this sort of thing where they are going to they're maybe being pushed out of a home themselves, so the animal unfortunately ends up homeless.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a lot of people losing their houses. People are actually abandoning their dogs when they lose, their homes and leaving them in backyards.
And that challenge of finding homes for them, are you able to do that? Are you being successful?
Yes, absolutely. We actually keep all of our animals until they are adopted. We are a no-kill facility, and we just believe that the right home is out there somewhere.
All right, I got to ask it then, with being a no-kill facility, let's get that mentioned right up front. If you have an animal that you have to abandon, you're here, but you're pretty much full at this point.
Absolutely. We are very limited on space, but we do as much as we can. We get them adopted out as fast as possible so we can take more in.
All right. Now, what about finding another? If you're full here, you absolutely can't take them. Is there other people then you can call to start finding out if they can take them?
We do. We rely heavily on our foster homes is what we try to get in. Is a lot of, fosters that can take the animals in. And we do have some other groups that we can refer them to.
All right. Now, what about funding? How are you funded, and you looking for donations?
Absolutely. We are a nonprofit organization, so we rely heavily on public support. We're not funded by the government at all like animal control. We are totally different from that. So public donations, grants, capital funding.
Well, I mentioned we're here at the historic Apple Valley Inn. Now, if people want to contact you, phone number?
It's 760-240-6848. And they can call us. We're open Tuesday through Saturday. We're open 10 to 5.
All right. So if they want to call you, they can certainly do that on the phone number. Is there a website for you?
Yes, our website is palhumanesociety.org.
All right. Anybody following you out there on Twitter? Is there a Twitter page for you folks yet?
I believe we have a MySpace page and also a Facebook page.
Oh, there is a Facebook. So for PAL?
And it would be PAL Humane Society.
All right. So if you want to be a friend of PAL or join in and check out what's going on, you can certainly do that. Now let's talk about the fact that you are supported by donation, yes?
Yes.
So if people want to donate to you, what can they donate? Money?
Money, absolutely. Blankets, bedding, dog food, cat food, anything for the animals.
All right,
basically.
so the animals do need the food. If they want to donate food or a bag of food or a 20-pound bag over here at Walmart or Target or whatever, they can drop off food to you.
Yep, absolutely. We can use it in one of our programs.
And what about toys for the animals?
We always need toys. They love toys, and they go through them pretty quickly. So
Yes, they chew them up, don't they?
yes, they love their toys.
Well, tell me about the type. We're going to meet some of the animals here. Are we calling them animals?
We actually kind of call them kids. They're our four-legged furry kids.
All right, well, we're going to meet some of the kids here in a little bit. And we're talking about canine and feline.
Yes, yes, we have both.
All right, how many cats are you housing currently?
We currently have around 50 to 60 cats right now, and dogs we have about 20.
And so with your dogs, you have a mix right now, big, small?
Yeah, we have a couple small ones. We have some puppies. We have some bigger dogs.
Well, you get a mix then. Now, what do you normally get? What's the most popular dog that you see here in the shelter?
Oh, I would have to say anywhere from lab mixes to shepherd mixes, and we get a lot of calls, and we actually do take them in pit mixes.
All right. A lot of litters come in, boxes?
Yeah. And right now it's beginning the season, so we're going to have puppy season and kitten season, and we're going to have a lot.
How do you plan for that? What is there something you guys already think about that you plan for?
I don't know if you can plan for them, but we try to get fosters in place to take them in, and take in as many as we can. But obviously, the more we adopt out, the more we can take in.
Well, you mentioned it to me. It is the season. I never thought about that, but it's springtime as we're doing this particular show. Now, this show will be shown again and again from time to time, but as we do this show, it is springtime. So as you said, we're thinking about it. It is the time. And how do you prepare for that?
Like Cindy said, we basically try and get foster homes in line for them so that we can just call them up and say, hey, we have a litter of kittens come in that need to be bottle fed, or a mom with kittens. We've had moms with puppies, and that just need that extra special care.
All right. Well, people can volunteer money by donation. They can bring food. You do need chew toys and different things that are available for cats and dogs alike. What about time? Can they volunteer time?
Yes, we rely very heavily on volunteers, and the more we have, it just makes our job a lot easier so that the animals are cared for properly, and everything else we're trying to do, fundraising and whatnot.
All right. Well, we're going to meet some of the kids here in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere. We're here at the old historic Apple Valley Inn, right? That's where it is. People may not know the Apple Valley Inn. Actually shut down, I believe, 87, 88 maybe, and then became a rehabilitation center, and long since has been taken back, and the inn being refurbished. A lot of businesses here, and PAL is here. And we're going to talk more about that on this show, simply because, like it says right here, you ought to know. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be back with the kids. Welcome back, everybody. Jim Hall, You Ought to Know, and we're here in Apple Valley at the historic Apple Valley Inn at the PAL Humane Society, and let's introduce you to the show.
I'm Gina PK.
And Gina, you do what here?
I'm the dog trainer, and I do adoptions.
Now, dog trainer, that means the dogs here that are abandoned, dropped off, having to be vacated because people, maybe they're not in their homes anymore. They get training here?
Yep, they do.
What type of training do you do?
Basic obedience. Sit down, stay, come. Teach them to walk nicely on a leash.
So have some good manners when they're ready to be placed in a home.
Yes.
All right. Now, do you have approximately how many animals now, dog-wise?
Oh.
18 or 20 or so?
Yeah, about 20.
Okay. And as you work with those, is this an all-day routine where you work with individuals?
Yeah, pretty much I cycle them through as many as I can in a day.
So it's like regular school.
Yeah, it is.
Well, we're actually what facility are we in right now?
We're in the cattery.
The cattery.
Yeah.
Well, we do have cats all around us here, and look right back here. This is one of our favorites because she happens to be laying here in our shot. But who is this one?
That's Pamela.
Pamela.
Yeah.
And they get their names from the staff?
Yeah.
Or do a lot of them come in knowing the names? This is our
Some
cat.
come in with names. Yeah, some come in with names. Some we have to just come up with names. We have a book.
All right. right. Well, you actually have a little thing there where you're identifying them by
Yeah,
picture.
my cheat sheet, so I know who's who.
Take a look at this, everybody. Kind of a who's who for roll call, if you will, if it takes roll. And so this one would be on there, and that's Pamela. And what are some of the other names we have in the facility here today?
Oh, as far as cats?
Yeah. Do we have names on the sheet there?
Oh, definitely. We've got Colin and Groucho. They're our longest residences. They've been here 4 years now.
Does Groucho and longevity here have anything to, are they synonymous? Groucho a little grouchy?
No, not really. They're
Very
docile
adoptable.
now. Yeah, they are. They're docile now. We have Pamela behind us. Ethel is in our barkery. Tuxie, OC stands for Orange Crush. Squeakers, Bullseye. Let's see, Leona, Fluffy, Timon, and Pumbaa.
All right, well, that gives us kind of a sampling of the names. It's kind of like we would come up with at home, or our youngsters would. Yeah. So they've got the names.
Yeah.
Now, most of these will come in here, and again, this is a no-kill facility. So they will be here until they are adopted, or this is home.
Yes, once a pal animal, always a pal animal.
Well, that's good to know, because, as we were on the way up here, Cindy was mentioning something else to me. For instance, programs with the animals and the prison system. Feeding for seniors. Talk about some of that.
Our senior program, we deliver food once a month to the seniors so that they can have a companion. And our prison program, me, Mary, and the boss, we bring dogs into the juvenile facility and the federal facility and teach the inmates there how to do dog training. And they train our dogs, and like I said earlier, they're more adoptable. If they're
Little relationship between some of the inmates at that time and maybe a possible adoption.
Yeah, lots of love and therapy going on there.
So there's a lot of rehabilitation both directions, I would imagine.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, the senior program intrigues me because that means if you're able to help feed, maybe the seniors are more willing to have a companion like Pamela back here or one of these others.
Yeah, it gives them the chance to have the companion where if they didn't have the food, they wouldn't have the pet.
Now, you've been here how long doing this?
2 years.
All right. Yeah. So you've seen quite a few animals come and go, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Several.
Well, you talk about the facility. Again, I talk about this, the old Apple Valley Inn. In fact, I think I may have stayed in one of these rooms up adjacent to where we are here. And certainly things have changed out here, but the facility is being used. I mean, beautiful view out here. Weather is nice. And you do have the facility where you can have the animals here.
Yes, it's very tranquil here.
Well, if somebody wants to adopt, what's the process?
They come in and we ask them what type of animal they're interested in, and we show them the animal. They're welcome to bring their pets in to meet the new animal, to make sure it's a good match. They fill out an application, sign a contract, pay the fee, and go home.
It's that easy.
Yep, that easy.
Okay. Well, it's not a big adoption process into it, but now is there a stipulation? Do all the animals have to be spayed, neutered?
Yes, they can't go home until they're spayed or neutered.
So I guess that is a law.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So all these animals are ready to go, or can be ready to go, and if people want to come in, they can see we're in the cattery, as you said.
Yes.
And as I learned from Cindy and Mary in our first segment, these are very much the kids here that are at the establishment.
Yeah, they are.
All right, well, we're going to head out. We're going to meet more kids, but this is going to be the dogs that we're going to see next, so stay with us right here. From the old Apple Valley Inn in Apple Valley, California, a lot of history out here, a lot of history, and you can all be a part of it. Just check the website. There is a website for the PAL Humane Society. There's a Facebook page. You can be one of the friends, and you can also check them out on MySpace. And if you want more information, give them a call. They'll be happy to answer all your questions. Don't go anywhere. We're right here, the PAL Humane Society, simply because you ought to know. Stay with us, everybody. More yet to come. Welcome back, everybody. Jim Hall, you ought to know, at the historic Apple Valley Inn, and we're here at the PAL Humane Society. And Caden is here, and Mary has rejoined us on the set out here. Actually, we're not on a set. Look behind us out there. We got some of the kids out playing back here. And what do we have?
Well, we have little Pearl back here. She's the little black dog. She's a Weimaraner mix. And we have a Chihuahua back here and a Boxer mix and a little puppy running around in there, too.
All right, I've got Caden here, our grandson, and he's on every show so far since he was tiny, but he's still just a little fella. So what kind of dog would you suggest for this guy?
Any medium size, large breed even, anybody that's gentle and playful.
All right, any breed I would stay away from with a youngster?
We tend to recommend no small dogs for young children because they're just a little more fragile than the larger breeds.
So he could actually hurt a small dog.
Absolutely. And in turn, the little dog could possibly bite.
What about the big dog and worrying about the young kid?
With bigger dogs, and with all dogs actually, we do recommend training them. Hands down, training is the way to go. So even if you get a large breed dog, definitely train them to be around the children, to be calm and not jump up so that the children don't get hurt.
All right, well, let's talk again about the center. Let's refresh just a little bit because, Caden, I'm going to let you down. You're going to go pick a dog, are you? Okay, you run off and go pick a dog. And as he does that, we're going to talk about this as a no-kill center. So all these dogs back here we see are safe.
Yes, they are safe. They will stay with us until they get adopted into a permanent home.
And they can get adopted by calling what phone number?
760-240-6848.
And some of those exciting programs we heard about, we were in the cattery, and now we're over here. This is kind of the outdoor playground area.
Yep, this is our play yard, and we actually just let them out to have playtime, and we go in there and play with them and let them run around.
Sounds like a great job to have.
Sometimes it is. It can be a lot of work, but it's all worth it.
All right, volunteers, you still need volunteers.
Absolutely. We definitely need volunteers to help us take care of these guys.
All right, and they can come and volunteer or call in, or what's required of them?
We basically have them fill out an application. We'll give them a short interview, just kind of see what area they're interested in, what their talents are, and we just place them where we can use them and where they can shine.
All right, and you do need food, animals, cat food, dog food, and toys.
Yes, cat food, dog food, toys, bedding, anything animal, we can certainly use it.
All right, now people that may be thinking about adopting one of the animals here today, cats, dogs, or the like, we're seeing the dogs out here in the play area right now. What do they need to think about to be responsible now, to be responsible for this? Remember, this is a long-term commitment, right?
It is absolutely a lifetime commitment. Basically, we just ask that people come in, visit with the animals. We do have this yard here they can use. We have a big training room that they can come in and visit with the dog. And we just try and match them up, really. We ask them what they're looking for in a dog, what they expect, and we just try and match up, based on the dog's personality and their lifestyle.
They mentioned in the last interview we can actually bring an animal if we have one at home and we're thinking about adopting a second, kind of some companionship for one or more at home or our other companion animal. Bring them along and see how they match up.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said before, we have the play yard they can do that in. We have our training room. And it's a really good way for them to know what they're looking for and what their existing animal needs in a companion.
Well, and when they take that look, should I bring a little one like Caden, my grandson, and see how they react?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're at a disadvantage because we don't have a lot of children here, but we do have the foster homes, and we get a very good idea of what a lot of these dogs and cats need.
Yeah. Now, how many animals would you say per month? How many do you think you place, average?
Oh, average. It can vary. I would say 15 to 20, and it kind of depends. The economy's been kind of bad, so we do get a lot more calls for people wanting to turn them in, than to adopt them, but you always have the spurts, and we can have pretty good turnaround.
Well, if you're averaging 15 or 20, you're getting one every other day or so that may find a home. Are you getting more than that starting to come back?
Approximately, I'd say, we get whatever we adopt out, we do replace, so to speak. So it does vary a lot, and it's really hard to give you a number on that. But
well, it's got to be economy-based. Is that what you're finding?
Yeah, we are finding it's very economy-based. And variety also has a lot to do with it. Some people may want a bigger dog, and we may all have, small dogs, or, they're looking for a specific breed, and we may not have it. But, we certainly do our best to match.
Well, they certainly do have variety you speak of, but we got to remember this is not where you come and trade in a used car for the bigger luxury car. You got to remember that commitment, don't you?
Absolutely. The commitment it's a big one. It's like having a child of your own. That's our philosophy, and we just ask that people consider, financially, can you do this? Do you have the time for an animal, to give them the love, the attention, the training, anything that they need?
All right, people want to find you. You are here in the old Apple Valley Inn. If people need an address, what is the physical address?
The physical address is 20601 Highway 18, and we are in Suite 156.
And services you offer here besides adoption?
We offer microchipping for companion pets. We also do a senior pet connection program where we are able to provide financial assistance to seniors 65 and older. We offer grooming and dog training, and we have our gift shop in Barkery.
All right, so the Barkery, the gift shop is all here, and even grooming as well. So it's all kind of a one-stop shop, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All right, the phone number one more time.
760-240-6848.
All right, that's the PAL Humane Society here in Apple Valley, the old historic Apple Valley Inn. And if you're new to the area, just go to Apple Valley Inn and look at what type of history pops up and come out and imagine and enjoy the views out here. And maybe you'll find yourself a new companion, too. Cats, dogs, all right here at the PAL Humane Society. Don't go anywhere, everybody. I'll be right back to wrap it up simply because you ought to know. Stay with us. Well, that's going to put the wraps on another show, everybody, as it were. We're here at the PAL Humane Society in Apple Valley, the old historic Apple Valley Inn. Caden has kind of picked out a favorite here with the bunch, and you can do the same right here. Just check out the website, check out their MySpace page. Better yet, give them a call or stop by. You'll be able to find out what it takes to adopt a cat or a dog right here at the PAL Humane Society. And like with all of our shows, we're glad you've joined us. Odyssey Television, odysseytv.org. You can check our website. Caden, are you ready? You find one? All right. We're going to pick out a dog, and we may be headed home with one. You never know. Stay with us. We'll see you next time right here, simply because, Caden, you ought to know. See you, everybody.